Oh, well, hello there, ladies and gents, and welcome back to Just Playing Some Games. Today, you will be watching me play with my balls. I don't know if that's the sort of thing that you're into, but if you, if you are, you're in the right place. If not, get the hell off my channel. Today, we are playing some Rockstar table tennis. I don't know what persuaded me to buy this game. Maybe that guy's short shorts were the answer. Who knows? But for $1.79, I couldn't pass this up. I was at a GameStop with a friend of mine today and saw this little gem. And I said I never would have paid 60 bucks for when this thing first came out. So I said, hey, I'll be a cheap ass and buy it for $1.79. But as you can see, it is a very basic, primitive title that when the system first came out, this was one of the launch titles, I do believe. And you know what? Looking back on it, this isn't really a bad purchase. It's actually pretty fucking fun. So get some friends together, play it. Lord knows I'm going to try to get a couple of my buddies together, and hopefully, I can try to ruin a few relationships with it. But I figured I would be Jesper from Sweden with my tight shorts, and I am bringing some Swedish thunder to the Americans. Haha, petty Americans. Sorry, I got out of control with that one. But this game, all in all, like I said, is a bunch of fun. I can't really think of anything bad with it. It's kind of in its simplicity, I guess, where it gets most of its charm. So, ooh, look at that girl, though. She's hot. Nah, I'm just messing. But, yeah, did a little bit of running around today. Was trying to find some unique stuff to cover for you guys here. And, like I said, this gem popped up. Got one of the 007 games, which I'm not really kind of sure how to incorporate that into the channel. But, since you are, kind of looking at me beating my balls up right now, apparently tight shorts and form-fitting t-shirts are where you want to be. So, welcome to my channel. You've hit the jackpot. Just kidding. I love you all. But yeah, we're taking a little bit of a break from Black Ops and, trying to have some fun here. Slap my balls around, man, I hope you're not outside of this room. To any one of my roommates that might actually catch this, because out of context, this sounds really, really disturbing. But a couple quick stories here since I last left off here. Last night I was coming home from my place of employment. I was working rather late, and I've only saw 6 people yesterday. But regardless, I was stopping at Taco Bell and getting some delicious, tasty tacos, and probably a nice case of indigestion to follow that. But it's neither here nor there. But I live in a relatively quiet part of town, and I was getting ready to make a right into the restaurant, and I was at a light, and I heard a very loud bang from behind my car. I thought, conventionally, that I had been rear-ended by the guy behind me. This was not the case. And I looked and I was checked, just because I am, for those of you that are out there and that actually know me, I am a pretty generous guy, so I was kind of waiting. It looked like I had an older lady that was behind me, and I thought she might have been hurt, so I stopped my car to see if anybody needed to be checked on, and that actually wasn't the case. It was actually, then I realized I saw a Honda Civic kind of just fly through there, and the hood was actually off of the car. It was dangling, and he was driving up a rather busy street with his hood, falling off the car. So I'm kind of sitting there like, that's a crazy fucking thing to do. What would possess somebody to do that, But I guess, to each his own. But that was a unique thing, and I had a family member do a very unique thing at a restaurant this weekend, and I missed out on it. She stole a soup dish from the restaurant. Now, I don't know, they say imitation is the most sincerest form of flattery, but I really wish I was sitting at that table, because I would have looked at her and been like, what the fuck are you thinking? But I guess, my family is really nothing but a bunch of degenerates, so if anybody from my family catches this video, I might have opened a can of worms, but who really cares? Back to the gameplay, though. As you can see, this is, we're running away with this one. This, I'm not gonna lie to you, was my second game I played on it. I got kind of destroyed by the first game that I played. Uh, by the first guy, he was actually French, so I'm pretty embarrassed by that. And I played with a Asian gentleman who seemed to be pretty good at this game. I don't want to stereotype, but hey, they wouldn't be around if they weren't true. So, uh, this game for all intents and purposes is a blast. Do yourself a favor, get out to the store, pick this one up because you get to beat your balls up and you can put it on YouTube legally. I wouldn't be shocked if this video gets removed by the good folks at Google by the end of the day, but it's a fun one. I enjoy it. It was kind of a nice healthy break from Black Ops because I just didn't have it today. I feel really bad for the computer too because that frankly was a very, very cheap way to win. But anyway, that being said, this has been Just Playing Games with Music Major. I have a lot of stuff to get to you, really juicy stuff, some funny, some not so funny. And we will be seeing you guys here in the very near future, like tomorrow. Bye.